There's never been a bigger or more important story in American history than this.
This is the most important story in the history of the Republic.
These January 6th hearings are remarkable. They are riveting.
The hearings last night, they were searing, they were vivid.
It was compelling, it was chilling, the videos were chilling, and I think it's going to be historic.
This was a historic, compelling hearing.
This is very compelling television because it's a very compelling hearing.
And it's compelling, it's must-see TV.
This is so much worse than something like Watergate. This is so much worse than Watergate. This is a watershed moment for our democracy.
What happened on January 6th is so much worse than Watergate.
Really?
It really is, by 100 degrees.
Orders of magnitude worse than Watergate.
This is the most important and disturbing incident that's ever happened.
It's so historic. It's the most important thing in history. Joining me now, my friend Julie Kelly. She's the author of the great book, January 6th, How Democrats Used the Capitol Protest to Launch a War of Terror Against the Political Right. Julie, I don't know about you. I think this is maybe the most important thing ever. I mean, forget about the resurrection of Jesus. I care about the January 6th committee.
We might as well throw away every history book that ever covered anything before January 6, 2021. It's irrelevant. I mean, none of it matters. That is the only thing that matters. Crazy talk.
Julie, do you get the sense that they're frustrated that no one cares? I mean, I've seen all the television ratings. No one cares. I mean, nobody cares about this January 6th committee. Do you think they're very angry with that? How could they possibly assume anyone did care?
Well, here's where I think some of the frustration lies with the American people is that Democrats, of course, led by Adam Schiff, the biggest liar in Congress, which is almost impossible to do, did a bait and switch on the American people. They said this would be a fact-finding mission to find out what happened on January 6th. What the American people expect to hear is testimony as to why the Capitol was intentionally unsecure, why Muriel Bowser and the Capitol Police Board, led by the Sergeant at Arms for Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell, why they repeatedly denied requests for extra security. They wanted to know who let protesters into the building. They wanted to see more unedited video. You know, we've talked about this for over a year, 14,000 hours of surveillance video. We saw nothing close to that. So the American people see this for what it is. It's a cover-up, not only of the 2020 election, but the cover-up of what actually happened on January 6th, which is why we've not seen any testimony by FBI Director Christopher Wray. We haven't seen any testimony by DC Mayor Muriel Bowser or anyone who was really responsible for securing the nation's capital that day. It's another cover-up exercise. Adam Schiff is the expert at that. And this is why the American people are tuning it out.
Speaking of Adam Schiff, I'm glad you pointed that out because we have a nice little montage of King Liar.
Can you agree that there has been no evidence of collusion, coordination, or conspiracy that has been presented thus far between the Trump campaign and Russia?
No, I don't agree with that at all. I think there's plenty of evidence of collusion or conspiracy in plain sight.
I've certainly said that there's ample evidence of collusion.
All you have right now is a circumstantial case.
Actually, no, Chuck. I can tell you that the case is more than that.
So you have seen direct evidence of collusion?
I don't want to go into specifics, but I will say that there is evidence that is not circumstantial and is very much worthy of investigation. A growing body of evidence of obstruction of justice. There is circumstantial evidence of collusion. There is direct evidence, I think, of deception.
We already do know what happened. The evidence of the president's misconduct is already overwhelming.
Julie, he gets away with this stuff, and we both know why he gets away with this stuff. But is there going to be a GOP counterattack here? I mean, I tend to get a little aggressive. I think the GOP probably should have already announced publicly that they'll have their own committee and drag Adam Schiff before it. Do they have anything like that in the works?
They don't, Jesse, and I know you and I share not just doubt about GOP leadership, but sort of contempt for how weak they are, their cowardice. I mean, they have helped empower people like Adam Schiff by not holding him accountable. Let's recall when Republicans had the House and the Senate in 2017 and 2018, instead of opening an ethics probe against Adam Schiff, who knew he was lying from the very beginning about imaginary collusion, who did House Republicans authorize an ethics probe into? Devin Nunes. For nothing, for made-up allegations by Democrats in the outgoing Obama White House, shut down his participation in the Russia collusion investigation for 8 months. Meanwhile, Adam Schiff was running around the country lying that he had evidence which he never produced. I mean, he's like a wind-up doll, Jesse. You could wind him back to 2016. He's saying the same thing now that he was saying about Russia collusion. The media never challenges him. Obviously, his colleagues don't, but more disgustingly, Republicans aren't challenging him one bit. Will they turn this sort of authority and power, retaliate against people like Adam Schiff if they take the House in 2023? I have my doubts.
Jesse Kelly Breaks History, Vladimir Lenin, a new First TV exclusive special hosted by Jesse Kelly. Visit thefirsttv.com or download the First TV app to subscribe and start watching today.